perhaps. Yeah, don't die this. Okay, that's smart. That's a good job. Good job. Um, Again, that's another max range thing though. Like you didn't have to tumble forward. You could have just tumbled to the side, and you could have still been autoing the Scion from somewhere over here where Orianna isn't going to be in range to put the ball on you really super quickly like she was there. But that was a good job killing the Scion. Just make sure that you're at max range so that you can easily get out when they turn back around on you. And your Kale's at an extremely high level, which is good for you. But I mean, they have a giant gold lead, which is bad for them. The other thing that would have been nice about not having to give up this inhib tower is that like you guys, your team pretty much scales infinitely, whereas their team doesn't scale that hard. Like Yasuo scales pretty hard, Vayne scales infinitely hard. So does Nocturne with Feral Flare. Like he's gonna be doing a lot of damage eventually once he gets the gold. And games tend to get dragged out in this meta with the changes to snowballing. So just be aware of the fact that like in a game that you're losing like semi hard, that like first and foremost your objective should be to not give up base towers because that gives you the opportunity because you guys have pretty good wave clear with Yasuo and Kale to not lose, because if they have an open door to your base, then they can win a fight. But like, they can win a fight and go straight through there. But like, if you hadn't died over here, which led to this being given up, you may have the opportunity to like scale back in this game. And since your team has such superior scaling, like eventually, if you go even with them, that was really nice condemn. Eventually, if you go even with them, oh yeah, right there. That was really smart by you to tumble forward out of the Leona ult and recognize the fact that Leona was the only person who was a damage threat there, other than Scion. Because by tumbling forward, you avoid getting killed by the Scion and you avoid getting locked down by the Leona ult. That was really smart tumble. Yeah, that was a fucking excellent tumble. Really good job. And again, this is an opportunity where your Nocturne shouldn't be over here dying. He shouldn't be over there at all. He should be grouped with you guys because you have 3 down, including their jungler. That means that you can go. That means you can go take Baron. Also, again, that just recognize that the Orianna is huge now and she's a giant damage threat, and don't get close enough for her to just put the ball on you and kill you. I mean, that's basically all there is to say, because you not dying means a lot more damage that your team has. that was just a mess up by the Yasuo there. There's nothing you can do about that. But if you hadn't died there, and gotten bursted instantly by the Orianna, you might have been able to still do damage. So just be aware of like what damage they have there and how close you can be, given their immediate ability to kill you. Right there, you can't really be close at all because Orianna's giant. I mean, she has a death cap, Zonia's, and Athene's, and she can just burst you. But yeah, since this game looks like it's going to be over pretty soon, what I have to say is that your mechanics are pretty superior, especially given this level of play, and given those good mechanics, like the only thing that needs to grow is your overall game knowledge. Because if you improve your game knowledge, you can Orianna, damn. If you improve your game knowledge, then with those superior mechanics, like knowing how far away you need to be and spacing and whatnot, if you improve the knowledge of stuff like that, your superior mechanics can let you you cleanse a little early there. Your superior mechanics can let you carry games harder just by knowing as an AD carry how to survive and not get killed. Because that's the most important thing. Yeah, I mean that was just a pretty bad team fight because you didn't have vision of the Orianna really coming like near enough to you to kill you. But if you had spaced yourself over here where someone in order to damage you has to take tower and been autoing the Leona, then you may have not been able to be killed by the Leona. I mean the Orianna. Yeah. So I would just like overall, I would just work on your positioning, like in terms of not team fights because your mechanics are very superior. But I would work on your team fight positioning or skirmish positioning, is what I mean, because you have a tendency to get a little